Word. All right. So it is 12 o'clock, 12:01. And I'm very excited. I'm Rachel Mitchell, to kick off this call. We do have some slides for you guys. So we're going to share our screen and we'll introduce ourselves individually as we get started. But first of all, thank you. Thank you for taking the time to either come and show up to learn about this for yourself, or maybe you're watching the recording back. Either way, we honestly don't want to take up too much of your time, but we know that a call like this is how we all got started. And we're really excited to share not just our business stories, but our faith stories and how God has used this business, this body partner business, to absolutely transform our lives. And it's going to sound different for each of us. And we know that should you join us, that God can use this business to transform your life too. So as you listen, as you participate, and we do want to ask you to participate if you're on this call live, but just listen with a heart that is open to the possibilities. Because I will say 10 years ago, I never ever would have imagined that this is what I would be doing, that I would be home more than I'm away from my family, that God would be providing an income for our family in this way. So don't listen thinking, oh, I can't do what they do, or my story's not like hers, or whatever. That's the whole point. Just open your heart to the possibility of what God might do through this body partner business for you and for your family. So let me, with that, hey, let's see. Now I think I have to, okay, we'll just figure it out. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Okay. So Megan, can you see that? Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. So we really want to talk about making an impact, but honestly, we want to really talk to you about making an income by making an impact. And I really want you to listen with an open heart, and I want to ask you some questions. What would you do if you had all the time and the money in the world? That seems like an odd question, but really and truly, I want you to just think about what is possible. If you had the time to do work that you love, if you had the time to travel more with your family, if you had the time to serve more, if you had the money to do those things, how would your life be different? Also think about, have you ever recommended a restaurant or a favorite meal, or maybe a pair of boots or a pair of blue jeans to a friend, right? Keep that thought in the back of your mind. And then also, have you ever posted something to social media? Because if you've ever done those things, or if you need more time, or if you need more money, this is something that could actually work for you. As body partners, we're selling things, but really we're recommending something that has worked for us and inviting people to do it with us. As body partners, we're not just squirreling away and wasting our time on social media. We're actually monetizing our time. We're monetizing our social media. We're monetizing the gifts and the talents and the story that God has given us. And so honestly, we all started just like you are starting, with questions, with curiosity, with a social media page, with the ability to recommend something that is working well for you. And so that is where our story started. So if you said yes to any of those questions that I just asked you, then this could be something that absolutely works for you. So before we dive in to the nuts and bolts and the nitty gritty of what a body partner is, what we do, how we earn an income, all of those things, I do want to just take a minute for each of us to introduce ourselves. Like I said, I am Rachel Mitchell. I have been a body partner since 2014. So this will be my 10th year. Later this year, it will be 10 years that I've been doing this. I am a wife to Matt. We've been married 19 years, mom to Henry and Milo. They are 13 and 14. Body partnering allowed me to homeschool them for a few years, but they just went back to public school this year. And most importantly, I am a follower of Jesus Christ, and everything that God has given me to steward, including this business, is something that I want to do well for Him. And my faith is such a huge part of my business. So I'll pass it off to Megan and let her introduce herself.
Hi guys, thanks Rach. My name is Megan Blinka. I've been coaching also like Rachel for almost 10 years. I'll actually celebrate that mark in March. And as much as it seems like when it's like sometimes I'll look back and like all the different things that these last 10 years have brought to my life, but it also feels like yesterday when I was a CPA mama working away from home and honestly longing for something different. This was never what I thought that something different was going to be. When we were pregnant with our second child, we made the decision to become a one income family. And I left behind a really awesome career in terms of the financial gifts that it allowed for our family to be able to be home and be present with them. And I thought that was going to be everything that I needed in my life. And it was about 8 months of that full-time stay-at-home mom role before I realized that not only did I miss the financial side of having a weekly paycheck coming in, but I really missed working. I missed that extra purpose. I love being a mom. Like I love wholeheartedly the two amazing humans that I get to call my own. But at the same time, I wanted something else that identified me beyond just a mom. And this business is really what gave me that opportunity. When I stumbled upon it, it was really something that I thought was going to be just for me as a fitness journey. And when I saw the other people who were doing this business, I really watched and listened, like you're going to hear throughout this today. I listened to their stories. And every time I would hear someone share kind of what they went through and how they got to where they were and the things they were accomplished, I would just look at myself and be like, my goodness, like, why not me? Why can't I do that thing that that person is sharing? And it totally was a mindset shift. It was never a jealousy thing of what they did. It was always like, holy cow, there are everyday women achieving big things with this business. And there's no reason I can't do it too. And I let everyone else's story really inspire me and motivate me to take that next step further. And like I said, it's been almost 10 years this year and we're still going strong. Go ahead, Melissa.
Okay. Hi, guys. My name's Melissa. I live in Pennsylvania, not too far from Megan, actually. And funny story, we actually worked at the same place in college. So that was super ironic. I have been a body partner for 7 years. I have 3 kids. They are 10, 8, and 7. And I started this as my postpartum fitness journey after my third baby. And I did one round of the 21-day fix. And my coach at the time had asked me about being a coach with her. And at first I was like, I can't do that. Like, I have all these babies. I barely have time to do these workouts you want me to do. And I was still overweight. I didn't know anything about health or fitness at all. But she started tugging on my heartstrings when she was like, okay, but what if you could buy a box of diapers this week? What if you could buy yourself a new pair of glasses? What if you could pay for the groceries this week at the store? And it got my wheels turning because I was actually Googling work at home jobs. It sounds so stupid to even say, but I had 3 kids under 3. 2 of them were in diapers, and I didn't want to have to go to work, but I would love to be able to help financially. So she talked me into it, and it started small. Like, I was able to buy a box of diapers, and that made me really proud because if you're a mom and you have babies, you remember like those big boxes of diapers that had the handle and it had like 3 or 4 packs in it. I remember the day I bought one of those and I was like, oh my gosh, like I did that. Like I was able to buy that. And it started small. I just wanted to help a little bit when the kids were little. But then I knew, someday I was going to have to go back to work and I didn't want to, and now I do have a part-time job, but this supplements so that I don't have to work full-time. I just work at my girlfriend's office a few days a week for a couple hours while the kids are in school. It's very convenient. It's very close by, but I'm thankful for my body business because it supplements. I don't have to go to a 9 to 5. I don't have to commute. I don't have to clock in and out. I don't have to request off. And if it happened to be a day I have to go to the office, I could literally take the kids with me. We have like a playroom in the back. It's super chill. So this keeps me from having to go to work full time. And like the big thing for me is it keeps me accountable to my journey, and I'm able to help contribute to my family while being home and flexible with the kids, because that's the most important thing for me in my stage of life right now.
Thank you. I love that. Thank you, guys. I forgot to say I'm from Mississippi, but you probably can guess that from my accent. But I think the common theme for all of us has been like our family. And I love that because I didn't start this business like intending to be able to stay home. I didn't start this business intending to homeschool. Oh my gosh, I did not start it with that, but God led us there. But you know, I think that again, like whatever you might need, whatever you might envision for your life, like just consider the possibility that this could be something that actually gets you one step closer to your goals. And I'll be honest, I didn't have big goals when I started partnering. Like I just was a client who had done the 21 day fix. I'd been briefly a part of a what we call a challenge group or a boot camp where another coach was leading me. And I hadn't even tried Shakeology yet. And I was like, no way, no how. I'm not going to buy supplements or anything like that. I just want workouts and to know what to eat. Well, it worked so well. Like whenever my coach asked me if I wanted to consider the business side of it, I thought, you know, maybe I could get an extra couple of $100 a month, or maybe I could actually help somebody else who might be struggling like I was. Like I had no intentions of building an income with this. I just thought, what if I could earn a couple of extra $100, which is what happened in the beginning. But obviously, God continued to grow that into so much more. And so, as I started to think about doing this, like my coach invited me probably for like 3 months in a row. I kid you not. I sat on a call just like this one for 3 months in a row because I didn't want to do it, but I couldn't ditch this feeling of what if, or I couldn't get rid of this tug in my gut that was like, I am supposed to do this. Like I can even remember telling my husband, I think I'm supposed to do this, but I don't really want to. And he was like, well, what's it going to hurt? You're already loving the programs and you're getting results. He's like, what's it going to hurt? You're going to keep doing that anyways. So why don't you just try it? And so what I was really afraid of, I was really afraid of a few things. And we do kind of want to just take a minute to dispel any fears or unfounded beliefs about what this business is. First of all, we are not just, most of us don't come into this naturally health and fitness experts, right? I knew nothing about a lot of things when I first started coaching. I know a lot more now because my curiosity, my desire to learn has kicked in, but we are not the fitness experts. Beachbody covers all of that for us. We have trainers, we have nutritionists, we have special, really, really talented scientists who create our supplements and our products. And so you don't have to be the expert in order to be a body coach, a body partner, because we just get to put those tools that the experts have created into the hands of other people. All right. So that's one thing that if you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not even like at my goal weight, I don't look like a coach, all those things. Listen, you don't have to be. You just got to be somebody who's on your own health and fitness journey and who's willing to share that and to invite people to do it with you. And I know that sounds so simple, but it really is simple. I'm not telling you that all the work is easy to do because Satan gets in our head and we doubt, and life can get in the way. But the work that we do is very, very simple. We are not icky salespeople. Now, let me say, we are salespeople. You cannot earn an income without selling products and programs. All right. That's really important. And there is nothing wrong with selling anything. You probably already go to a job where you earn an income, and where you work, people are probably selling something, whether it's education or products or services or accounting services or things like that. Everybody come based on sales. All right. But we are not icky sales people. We're not going to teach you to post products and to post links and things like that. We want you to develop your story, to tell other people what you're doing, how it's working for you. And again, invite people to do it with you. We'll walk you through the sales part. We'll walk you through the conversations. We'll teach you how to do that. But you don't have to do it in a way that you can't be proud of or confident in. Like I said before, you don't have to be at the perfect weight. When I started my fitness journey, yeah, I had some results. I never really had a ton of weight to lose, but I wasn't exactly where I wanted to be, but I was hungry to keep fighting for my body, to keep fighting for my health. And really, Coaches are just people who are continually in this process of becoming our healthiest and our fittest self, right? And so when I started, I was 33. Today, I'm 43. And so my life and my body and my health and my hormones have changed a lot, and they will continue to change. And so as I age, as my life changes, my circumstances change. Like I said, you don't need a certification or a degree. We have wonderful, wonderful partners who, trainers and people who do that for us. You don't have to have the perfect body. Again, I still don't. I shared this morning that my scale was actually up, and I wasn't really happy with my results this week, but it's just part of my story. It's part of my fight. You don't have to meet a sales quota. We're going to definitely give you targets for your business if you do join us and you join our new partner training. But this is not a business where if you don't sell something, you're out the first couple of months, or it's not a business where you have to order tons and tons of products every month. Even if you're not selling something, it's your business. We want to give you goals to help you set good foundation and a good solid income. So we will give you benchmarks to reach for, to work towards, but it's not a business where you have to like buy products, have it in your home, ship it out, all that stuff. That's just a hassle. Beachbody does all of that for us. And again, finally, you don't have to have a huge following on social media. I started with no followers on Instagram. I started with I think 150 friends on Facebook, and I was not a social media person. Like I had two small children. I didn't even post about them that much on Facebook, but when I did, it was just so our friends and family could see. And that was all I did. Like I was not on social media a lot. And so I had a lot to learn as I started to grow my business. I'm still learning a lot about social media. It's always changing, but I did make myself hungry to learn, eager to learn, available to learn. And so those are just some common misconceptions that we see from people who are considering this business who feel like they're not qualified enough. And listen, this is definitely a business where you come in and you learn as you grow and you learn as you do. I wasn't qualified when I started. I figure Megan wasn't, Melissa wasn't, but we just learned how to do the things that we need to do every single day to grow a good business. So if you have questions about any of those, please don't be silent. This is the time where you share your thoughts, you share your questions, and we have the awesome opportunity to answer them. So those are just a few of the common misconceptions. And if anybody else can think of some more, I'm going to let you ask that. But now I'm going to pass it off to Megan to talk about what we actually do so we can make an impact.
Love it. There's so much that you share that I'm like, yep, that was me. Yep, I get it. I had that same thought. I had that same objection. And here we all are. And I think that's one of the greatest things. We're going to share with you a little bit about what we do. But the cool thing is, in the end, this is your business. And you really have the freedom to build it and share it in any way you want because it's yours. And I feel like that is a really important thing to share about what we do. But at the end of the day, our fitness journey is the biggest part about what we do. And on a personal level, I was having this conversation with somebody else actually over the weekend. And I said to this girl, I was like, I honestly don't know if I would still be showing up consistently for 10 years if it wasn't my job to do so. Now, I don't want you to confuse that with you have to be perfect and you have to show up and, be this ideal person. You have to just be human. But the fact that my followers expect me to show up, my friends expect me to post that morning workout picture. And if I don't, I'm usually getting messages from people asking if I'm okay. And more importantly, the people who invest with me expect me to show up and lead from the front. And because of that expectation, it helps me on days like today when I didn't get a lot of sleep, when it would have been easy to justify skipping that morning workout to make it a priority. And I think of that all the time, how amazing it is that one of the things we are doing as we're helping other women is we're really also prioritizing our own health and our own journey and making that step one. So if you've ever been someone who maybe you've started and stopped before, or maybe you've joined with one of us in a challenge group or a boot camp and you haven't quite got that consistency going, I promise you, when you bring another person along with you and now that person's counting on you to show up, it takes your own personal level of accountability up to the next level. So first and foremost, we're showing up for ourselves. We're on our own journey. We're getting results. Again, it doesn't mean you have a six pack. It doesn't mean that you have this incredible weight loss transformation. I'll share that I'm about 15 pounds heavier now than when I got started. Because when I got started, I was a postpartum mom that survived off of nothing but junk food and never once exercised. Now I focus on building muscle and fueling my body and eating to be energized to, care for my family. And it's a totally different body, even though you may not think by looking that it is a 15-pound weight gain over the last decade. That's my journey. So it doesn't have to be that you have this big weight loss or you have this big crazy story. It's whatever you have done that allows you then to relate to the people who know and love and trust you most. So what we're doing is we're showing up every day for ourselves and we're sharing that on social media. Yes, you do have to share it. I will say I was someone who never took a selfie in my life. I can still remember what I was wearing the first time I actually held up my little Shakeology cup and this pink zip up hoodie, and I posted my first selfie on social media and was terrified. And you know what? Nothing happened. I didn't die from that. Nothing came, I didn't blow up from this first selfie posted on social media, but I maybe thought like that inside. But I realized that by sharing things that are vulnerable to me, that I'm overcoming, I'm helping other women see their own vulnerabilities and overcome those same things too. And it's a really empowering thing. I'll never forget the first time someone said to me, "You saved my life." Because of my vulnerability to show up, because of the consistency showing up, because of inviting her to be a part of it, she said those words, you saved my life, and I'll never forget that. And I think that at the end of the day, like, we make a difference in the lives of others. And any average day woman, mama, whoever you are, you have the opportunity to positively impact the life of someone else. And it starts with taking care of ourselves. So yes, we're showing up for ourselves. We're sharing that on social media. And don't worry if you're like, but I'm like you, I've never taken a selfie. We walk you through that. We'll talk more about the training that you'll receive and get from us, but you don't have to have any of that experience. We'll help coach you through it. But at the end of the day, you just have to be you. Show up imperfectly, show up messy, show up and just in a way that allows people to see she's doing this thing. I know her and I trust her and I can do what she's doing too. I feel like that's the biggest piece that we get to do as people follow us and we build those connections and we build those relationships with them. They understand that we are just everyday women who are prioritizing our health and then taking it to that next step to actually post it on social media. And then beyond that, we're inviting them to say, "Hey, do you want to do this too? Do you want to do this with me?" It doesn't have to be that you're the expert. Again, Rachel already shared that we have the experts already teaching us everything about what we need from a fitness standpoint, everything we need to learn from a nutrition standpoint. Our role is to be the mentor, to be the person that provides that helping hand, that source of accountability to say, "You're not alone. You're not alone in your struggles. I'm going to be here to celebrate your wins. I'm going to cheer you on every step of the way. And together we can go one step further to your goal." I'm going to go ahead to the next slide, Rach. Take it away, Melissa.
Okay, I love that Megan was sharing that because I'll just piggyback that also. I made a post today actually, and I was like, oh, like, do I want to post this picture? But through our habits of reading personal development and listening to podcasts and stuff, which really makes a huge difference. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in a sec here, but it keeps you in the right mindset. So, at first you might hesitate, like, oh, do I want to post that picture? But then you think about that one person who needs to see that one person who needs to read your words, that one person that needs to see you showing up through your chaos to be like, okay, I can do that too. And I actually love the picture that Rachel put on here for us because this is real life and this is me working my business. So like I said, I have a part-time job and I have 3 kids and they are involved in activities and sports and it's chaos. And right now it is wrestling season and we're at practice 3 days a week till 9:00 at night. Our weekends are booked. It's insane. And this specific picture was a few weeks ago. We launched our newest program, Dig Deeper, and it was hot. It was blowing up and it was a really busy day in our businesses. Praise God for that, because that's just so, it makes your heart explode because you're in the right place and you're doing the right thing. And when you are surrounded by so many people who are eager to get healthy, who are willing to invest in their health and fitness, it feels so good, and it keeps you going too. So I actually I have everything right here. I have a planner from Walmart, and I have a binder with papers that I printed off and I put in here. And this goes with me everywhere. This goes to practice. This goes to my part-time job. I can take my work anywhere. And that is like such a blessing in itself, because as a busy mom, you can just pull it out. If I'm sitting in the car at the bus stop, if I'm sitting at practice waiting on the boys. So it's very convenient in the season of life that I am in personally. So just like a day in the life, there's just some examples here, but in the morning, like first thing is you, like you scratch you off the list first, because you can't serve other people unless you are taking care of yourself. So you'll do your workout, you will check in with your clients, maybe do a little bit of work, and then you're starting off on the right foot. You're going to feel good. You're going to have the feeling of having that workout done before the sun even rises is such an accomplished feeling. And then I'm a big fan of morning workouts, because then you're going to drink more water. You're going to eat better because you already put the work in. You're going to feel good from that endorphin rush. So first thing on the list is to take care of yourself. I read my Bible, I read my devotions, I read my personal development book, and I do my workout, and I check in with my clients. And then how I do it is I write in this planner, and I'll be really specific because I don't have a lot of time. So I'll write like AM, do this, do this, do this. Lunchtime, do this, do this, do this. And then I write at practice, do this, do this, do this. So I literally have my day broken down. And I think to spread all of my workout throughout the day, or throughout the week, that helps me feel accomplished every day, because I'm crossing off my to-do list, and it keeps me organized because I don't have a lot of time. So if I have literally 5 minutes, I have a to-do list right there at my fingertips where I can pull it out and I can get stuff done quickly. We were actually just joking when we were talking about planning this call and everything. I was like, I feel like one of my strengths is being a time ninja and being super organized. And honest to God, I feel like it's a blessing to not have a lot of time, because you're going to force yourself to get the things done that you need to do, versus if you have lots of time, you might just get lost in the time, if that makes any sense. I honestly like the fact that I need to be strict with the time that I do have. And then, like I said, at nighttime, when I'm sitting at practice, that's when I can I'll type up my emails, and I can schedule them ahead of time. So automation is a big part of my business too. I can type emails, schedule them for a date and time, and boom, they go out. So if someone gets an email from me at 9 a.m, I'm not sitting there typing that email. I'm getting my kids ready for school, or I'm driving to work. And I think that's absolutely a beautiful feature that we can have is automation. I can check in with my clients, that sort of thing. And then I do take a big chunk of time on the weekends to plan my week ahead. And I even tell my partners to do the same thing, make it like homework. So I plan all my content for the week ahead of time, and I fill out my planner for the whole week. That way, that's just done. And I know exactly what I need to do every single day. And that keeps me on task. That keeps me accomplished. And it keeps the stress out of it, because it's such a fun thing. It is, and it's such a fun thing. And I wouldn't ever want being busy to take the joy out of it. And like I said earlier, I really think busy is a blessing with this business, because you're going to get to work and you're going to stay organized.
Yeah, and I wanna say real quickly, because we talked about how we've all worked this business differently. Like, I was a full-time college history instructor. I still teach 2 days a week, but when I started, I did this totally in the pockets of my day with 2 small children. So that looked like earbuds in my ears while I gave a bath one night for our team call, or like on my lunch break, instead of going to the mall, I would work my business. On my commute back and forth to work, I would listen to or send voice memos or something like that. But we all do the same own work. That's the really cool thing. You know, we're posting on social media, we're doing our own workouts and taking care of our own nutrition. We're inviting people to do it with us. We are growing our following. Like those are just some of the basic things that we do day in, day out. And it doesn't matter what your life looks like, whether you're a full-time mom, full-time homeschool mom, or you work full-time, or maybe you just have like a side job like Melissa does. Like it doesn't matter. We're all busy, and it's just the time management, which we will definitely talk about and teach you when you sign up. But time management is our friend. And honestly, I think it's good stewardship too of our business. Like God gives us all time to steward well. And we have just chosen to use part of our time to build a business that honors him and to get the work done each week. So I don't know if Megan, if you have anything extra to add to that.
Yeah, it's crazy when I think about when I got started and my kids were itty bitty. And I remember being like, gosh, this is such a blessing to be able to be home raising these babies while still building this business. And it was very much, I was without fail up at 5 a.m. in the morning. And that was my business time. That was my me time to work on myself and build a business. And then I was mom throughout the day and my kids didn't sleep. So there was no nap time hustle. But then when they did go to bed at 7:30, 8 o'clock, I had that evening time. And for a long time, that's how the business worked. It was early mornings and late at night. And then as they got older and went to school, it kind of shifted. And my work hours became during the day and our evenings became full of activities. And I have two kids in travel hockey. And if you're familiar at all with that world, it includes a lot of travel. I was in Florida last week. I've been in, I don't even know how many different states since the season started this year, but in every single one, I'm sitting there able to work my business in the pockets of time that I'm allowed. And it's shifted and grown with me as I've grown, and it's been different. It was different when I started versus where it is today, and it's different, going to be different in a year or two from now. But it grows with you, and you get the opportunity to kind of dictate where it goes and when you work it. And while it looks completely different, like I said, what I'm doing is all the same. I'm supporting women on their journey. I'm helping people prioritize their health. I'm helping women build businesses in the pockets of time that they have. And that alone is something that just, it fills my heart and it makes me like excited to have the opportunity to continue to share with you today, because I do believe it blessed my life in ways I never even dreamed of. I always say this was the prayer that I was praying when I didn't even know that this is what I was asking for. And this is where we
Amen.
are, and we get to keep sharing it with you guys.
Amen. Hey, Megan, is there any way you can pull the slides up and share them?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Because I have like basketball practice. Speaking of time management,
I was gonna say, I actually feel like that's actually kind of fitting because we have crazy schedules, but because this business allows us to work it in a way that fits our life, you get to say, hey, I'm going to hop off and run my kid
yeah.
to his school, because that's also my priority right now, which I love
Um,
that. So
I
yeah, I
will.
actually had to close down things. So let me just
Yeah,
open
you're
it.
fine. So while you're doing that, I will say one of my slides was talking about what does faith have to do with it. And Megan's going to talk about how we earn. We're going to talk about our training, which I'm going to have to ask one of you guys to pick up. But what does faith have to do with it? And on the slide, you can't see it yet, but you will. I intentionally left it blank because I am a follower of Jesus Christ, and I believe the Holy Spirit, as followers of Christ, resides in us, and he moves in us differently. And so for me, I had no idea. I had no idea that God was going to like wreck me and like grow my faith and change me and challenge me and help me honestly grow up in my faith. Like, so my faith, the way it's changed and grown is going to be different than Megan's and Melissa's and yours and Brittany's, right? But I will say that pretty early on in my business, I started to share more about my faith. I started to share more about what God was doing in my own heart in regards to stewarding my body. Why does God want to be a part of our health and fitness? What does that look like? Why is it important to him? Why should it be important to me? And so as I started to grow in my faith, as I started to share more, I will say that I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked at how many women who may not even like my post or comment on it or whatever, but they would actually like reach out to me and say, Rachel, thank you for sharing that. Like, thank you for saying that. Thank you for putting that scripture verse up. I realized so many women, and myself included, had compartmentalized our God from our health and our fitness. And then as my business started to grow, the same thing happened. As I started to talk about building a faith-based business and inviting God into that, I started to get these messages from women who were like, I never even thought about praying over my business. I never thought about praying over, like, God, what do you want me to put into my body? God, what do you want me to do with this workout today? And so what does faith have to do with it? I think that's the really cool blank slate part, that God has some crazy, amazing things in store for you to grow in your faith through this business and through the workouts and through the nutrition. But also, He has every intention of using you to help other women grow their faith. And so we called this, like, what is a Christian body coach? Because Bodi is a secular company. Bodi is not a faith-based company. But Bodi allows us, gives us the freedom to share these programs, these products, to run our boot camps however we choose to. And for me, that has been guiding women not only through a workout program, through a nutrition plan, but also helping them dive into the Word of God and figure out what God has to say about all of these things. And so I've got to scoot out right there, but I want you to know that whatever you choose, whether you choose to join us as a client, a customer, or as a business partner, that God can do great things in you, through you, and we can have this ripple effect of faith and fitness together while we build an income that provides for our families. So God's blessings, and I will see you guys soon.
All right. Thanks, Rach. Melissa, you want to take it from here?
Okay. Yeah, I'll pick up here. So, what are the perks of coaching? So, the opportunity to travel and earn incentives. So, there are 2 trips that this company offers every year. The first is called the Success Club trip. And every month, as you help women get started on their health and fitness journey or join you as a Bodi partner, Bodi will keep track of these points that you earn for each sale or sign up. And then they will actually turn those points into what they call trip dollars, and you can earn a free trip. The last few years have been to the Hard Rock, Punta Cana in Mexico. And I love that because my husband and I, we got married and started our family right away. We didn't have time really to take a honeymoon or anything. So every year that trip comes, I'm like, this could be for us, a trip just for us. And some people take their kids, and that's fine. But I just think it's really cool that as you're reaching your own goals, as you're helping other people, Bodi is putting a little aside for you in a bank, and you can earn your entire trip paid for. And it is beautiful. And it's just mind blowing that that's even an option. And then every summer we have what we call our Coach Summit. And usually every year it's at a different city all over the world. Sometimes it's 2 years in a row at the same city. So like last year we went to San Antonio, and this year we're going back there. So the travel, like I live in Pennsylvania. The farthest west I have ever been was Ohio. So for me to be able to fly all over the country and travel, like, I think that's cool, because I would never do that. I would never just like up and leave with my girlfriends and be like, we're going to go take this trip, if it wasn't for this business. And this is your income. So you literally will pay for that whole trip. And tax write-offs too. That's like a whole nother subject, but this is a business trip. So that's included in that category. But those trips are absolutely amazing. We get to do live workouts with our trainers, and just to be able to like squeeze your teammates in person instead of talking over Zoom calls, to travel, to fly, to see new cities. It's absolutely mind blowing. And every single year, my eyes are so wide, like a kid in a candy shop. And I just have tears in my eyes the whole time. It's the most amazing experience ever. And you're getting in amazing shape. You're getting results for yourself. So your job is to be a product of the product and to share your journey in hopes to inspire and encourage other women to join you and do the same thing too. So you're connecting with other women, you're forging friendships. I think that's cool too, especially as a woman, as a mom. Sometimes it's hard to have time for friendships and stuff like that. But you get connected with women all over the world. And I think it's really cool. Just the way you can find these people. Social media is a super powerful tool. And I wouldn't I wouldn't have half the many friends as I do if it wasn't for this business. And then obviously the potential to earn, and this can be whatever you want it to be. This can be just a hobby. Like if you just want to do a little bit in hopes to get your product paid for, that's an option. If you want it to be a part-time job, a few hours a week into it to have a part-time income, that's cool too. Like me, this is a supplemental income. I don't have to work full-time because of this opportunity. Or this can be your full-blown job. Like if you have the opportunity to be at home, it's really whatever you want to do with it. I really love that. If you want to work on Facebook, if you want to work through emails, if you want to work through Instagram, like it's really whatever you can run this business however you want to do it. And I think that part is really cool. Bodi to provide the product and do whatever to do with it. Our Bodi app, because in that app you can stream your workouts, you can do all of your tracking, photos, supplements you're having, and that's where most of us run our groups at, is in that app too. So it's one app that serves all purposes. Was I cutting out there?
You were. So hopefully, I feel like we got the most of it, but it was cutting out near the end. So I was like, it's like every other word is coming through. So hopefully should be good. I think we're good. You got to roll with our imperfectness. That's how we roll here. No worries, Melissa. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about how we earn an income. As a former CPA, this was obviously a part and a topic that I dove into right away. I looked at this as my business, and I had the opportunity to earn an income a variety of different ways. And I wanted to know and understand what are all the opportunities to earn with this company so that I could then go maximize each of the opportunities to learn with the company. So this is always a big thing. I actually teach a training once a month for the whole team that I go over just kind of like the basics of some of this stuff on a deeper level, right? So the whole point of this is to give you an understanding of there are different ways to earn an income, and you will learn more about that as you get started. But I do teach, we go into more in-depth as we go. But when you're enrolling, big picture, when you enroll somebody to join with you, whether they're a coach or they're a customer on your team, I say Bodi partner. I've been around for long enough to where coach was what I say. So forgive me for the mix up. But whether you're a Bodi partner or a customer, when you enroll somebody new to your team, you earn a commission. You earn a 20% commission off of their order when they sign up. And as you grow, you have an opportunity to continue earning commissions off your customers, or you earn volume off your team members, your Bodi partners that join. And as your Bodi partners add additional people to their team, you earn more volume. So there's two things. You can be a retailing machine and sell the amazingness out of the Energize that you love every morning, or the Shakeology that helps with your gut health and your hormones and regulating everything within your body. You can build a team because you want to help other women earn income, not just focus on their own health. Whichever way you do it, both of them help you earn income. It's just a matter of two different options and then two different ways to earn it. Whenever people join your team as a Bodi partner, there's an opportunity to just come in as a discount and enjoy the discount that all the Bodi partners get, or they too could build a business themselves. I will say I'm the person who came in for the discount. So never discount a customer, because I came in thinking I really just needed to save the money on the Shakeology. I saw a huge impact in how I was feeling with my digestive system. I used to suffer from Crohn's disease, and I personally, not a cure, caveat there, but I saw a huge impact in my health. So I wanted the discount because I was a stay-at-home mom. I had $0 income. We were struggling to make ends meet, and it was a hard stretch, but I wanted to do it because I knew it impacted my health. Once I got in, I was like, holy cow, like everybody should know this opportunity. This is phenomenal. I want to share this with the world. And I quickly then went to a coach who was building the business. But because I was already signed up for the discount, I didn't have to do anything. I was already there and ready. So when you come in, yes, you can come in for a discount. You can come in to build a business. The process is the same, and your opportunity is the same to be able to then bring on more people to join you and earn an income with that as well. You get your residual from your customers. So again, if somebody's going to come in, they sign up with you in January and they're like, I'm not going to build a business with you. I don't need the discount. I'm cool, but I'm just going to enjoy my products every month. Every time somebody reorders, you earn that commission. It is attached to you. And like I said, as your team grows and the volume comes on, we have that additional volume aspect, which is where when you think of, if someone talks about like a multi-level marketing company and you get this residual income, a lot of that comes from what your team is able to produce as well. And then as you grow your team, there are additional bonuses. We have a diamond bonus that is actually new this year, that allows you to earn an additional bonus on a quarterly level. And as you go from diamond to star diamond and beyond, there are different tiers where you can earn additional bonuses. At the end of the day, I think it's just important to know that whether you want to build a team or just recommend your products to your friends and family and earn commission off of it, you earn income either way. And then the income that you earn is directly tied to the number of people that you're bringing on and helping every month. And also with that, the way you service those customers, the support you provide for them, the groups that you run, that's where you get to really love on your customers, to where when they come in, they're not going to want to leave. They're going to stay with you, and that residual really will grow from there. So Melissa, back to you. Go ahead and unmute.
Okay. All right. Just to wrap this up, if you're willing to work hard on becoming your best self through your own health and fitness journey, and if you are willing to put a little work in every day, if you're willing to have a servant's heart and help other people, and if you're willing to dream big and shoot for those goals, then this really could be for you. Like I said earlier, your number one job is to take care of yourself. And I think that's cool, because tell me any other job that is going to pay you and reward you for showing up for yourself, for drinking superfood shake, for eating healthy, for working out every day, and just sharing that with other people so that you can inspire them and show them that if you can do it through your chaos and your mess and your busy life, then they can do it too. And you do have to want to help other people. I love this because I used to be in the healthcare field. I used to be in nursing, and I have always loved helping people, and I still get to help people doing this, but it's in the comfort of my own house. I don't have to travel and be forced overtime and work nights or anything like that. And setting those big goals for yourself, having the confidence to go after them. And again, that ties into that personal development that we encourage you to do. It's another one of your job requirements. Read or listen to personal development every day, but it really does help just to have positivity in your mind every day, first thing in the morning, so you get started on the right foot. It'll give you the confidence to dream big. And when you're surrounded by other women who are motivated and disciplined and who are reaching massive goals, it really does empower you. I promise you. I absolutely love that. I love working alongside with the go-getters, the women who don't make excuses, the women who have things to do, and they'll do whatever it takes to get it done.
Just to kind of give you guys a little bit of an insight into what you can expect when you do join, we do weekly team calls. So this was always a huge value point for me, because it helped me learn from other people. Like, yes, you'll have an upline that's going to sponsor you, but as you can see, like we all have our own teams, but we come together and we work together on trainings and team calls and providing information to our clients and our team, because it really is way more fun when you're doing it with other people. And we all have different stories and different strengths, and we work together to be able to share those with our teams. But we have weekly team calls. You'll work one-on-one with your upline sponsor. We have the company has actually done an amazing job of providing you with training. So like I can tell you, there will not be a lack of information at your fingertips to get started. The biggest piece, I believe, is having that person that's going to be there to answer your questions. I always tell my new partners, hey, here's the deal. If you have a question, ask it. If I'm busy, I won't answer you. Like, there's no harm in asking the question, but at the end of the day, I want you to succeed. I want you to be where we are today, where you get to hop on a call later down the road and be like, I listened to a call like this. I took a risk on myself. And because of the inspiration I had and the training I received and the people I was able to help, I'm now here today. sharing with you guys this opportunity as well. So we're here to help you and mentor you and answer all of your questions along the way. Yes, there is all the information in the back office. If you're a go-getter and you're an independent woman, I promise you could sit down and go through that all on your own, but you're not alone. You have us there to support you along the way. And then through our, what we call our back office, you have all the training, you have all the information as far as like, where you get your order information. You do have a business service fee every month, and that service fee covers the fact that Beachbody is going to ship your products for you. There's a customer service team, obviously the research and development team that helps provide all of these products and programs, and the trainers and the nutrition information. That all comes through our back office with our training portal, and you'll have instant access to all of that as well. So before I go on to next steps, I actually want to take a minute to introduce my friend Brittany, who is on here as well. Actually, I feel like there is a slide here. I put this picture on here that says "Make Room," and there's a reason. Because when Brittany shared this picture earlier this month, I believe, she had said these are the words that God's been putting on her heart. These words make room, and the post was beautiful. But I thought about it. Brittany had to make room for this business, and she'll let her tell her story. But to me, it's like one of my favorite examples of how what we do really matters in terms of not just inviting, but also showing up consistently on social media as well. So I'll let you take it from here, Britt.
Yeah, okay, I'll share my story very quickly. My name is Brittany Arnett. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I have been a coach for a little over 5 years, probably about 5.5 years now. But Megan, prior to me becoming a coach, probably like a year, 2 years before I had become a coach, my first interaction with Beachbody was just through a workout program, Insanity by Shanti. And I was doing it with my husband, and I was posting on Facebook that I was doing it. And Megan had reached out to me. She said, "Oh, hey," I don't remember everything she said, but "Hey, I saw you're doing Insanity. Do you want to come do it with me?" But it was like this long paragraph that I was like, no, thank you. Like, I was just like, no. But she kept showing up on social media, and she kept sharing her journey, not only her health and fitness journey, but also her journey within the business and the different ways that this business was changing her life financially and her family's life. So fast forward, I had a daughter, and I was in a place where I was very uncomfortable. God was really talking to me in a lot of different ways, which I didn't really know what he was saying, but I felt very uncomfortable in life. I felt very uncomfortable in my body. I wasn't taking care of myself physically. My career was at a point where I felt unfulfilled. I just felt I was doing work that I wasn't interested in anymore. It wasn't filling me up. I would get out the bed in the morning and dread going to work. And I was like, I really need to make a lot of changes. And a couple of things happened at this time. And then also daycare was killing us. Um, so at this time, a couple of things happened. One, I remembered seeing Megan's posts, like they came top of mind. And it was like every time I'd open Facebook, there she was, like on purpose, like God was putting her in front of me on purpose. And I'm like, but I know I just didn't answer her before, but let me just see what this is about. And so I reached out to her, and I got some information from her, and I said, yes, I need to work on my health and fitness like immediately because I feel horrible. Yes, I need to make an income while helping other people do this as well, because I had previously done a bikini competition. So I know how good you can feel when you're at the peak of your fitness, and when you don't have to be perfect, but when you're just taking care of yourself. I need this, right? And so I said, sign me up as a coach because I need the accountability too. Because I'm not gonna do these home workouts if I don't have a reason to, other than besides me. And that's just funny how we do that. Like we can commit to do other things, but sometimes we just can't commit to do it just for ourselves. And so I signed up on day one. At the same time this was happening, again, I was feeling very unfulfilled in my job, and so I had got an opportunity fell in my lap. Again, God was like, look at this. And it was an opportunity to do what I'm doing now, where now I work for a local university. I'm working with the students and helping to connect them to different resources. But in order to take this job, which I absolutely love, I had to take a pay cut. And so I would not have felt comfortable doing that had I not signed up to be a coach where I knew that I had this opportunity to help fill in that income gap. And so it allowed me, coaching has gotten me back in shape. I feel amazing. My kids see me working out in the morning. Now I'm an example for them. But I'm also able to work in my full-time job in something that I'm way more passionate about, that I'm on fire every day about, right? And it's because I'm able to work part-time as a coach and supplement my income. And then also kind of like Melissa and Megan and everyone has said already, just really time blocking and being very consistent and intentional with my time is allowing me to do everything. And at the end of the day, I just feel so good. I feel so good. I feel so full, and I'm able to show up for my family and as a much better wife and a mom. So that is my story. I'm happy to be here. And I really don't ever see myself doing anything else, other than coaching and what I'm doing. But I don't ever see myself not coaching.
I love it. I love it. I can still remember like going back and reading the message I sent to you. I was like, wow, that was horrible. But it's just a testament to show you, like, I didn't know what I was doing when I got started. I just shared because I was that excited. Even if I kind of word vomited all about why I thought she should come join me, it was enough that allowed her to be like, well, you seem a little bit crazy, but at the same time, I'm going to watch you. And because I then, I took the courage to reach out. That was kind of step one. But then she had the courage to come back. I didn't follow up with her. I didn't. I was like, well, clearly she's not interested. She never messaged me back, which that was a fail on my part. But then she watched because I did do the other part of showing up on my social media consistently. And when she was ready, she came back. And I think of the ripple effect. We have on this slide here creating a ripple effect. And I think of all the series of things that had to come into place to get to a point where we all are today. Like every single one of us, the exact point where we are in our lives is a series of ripple effects, a series of decisions. And one decision that would have went a different way could have changed the course of all of this. We may not be here right here sharing this right now, but we are with purpose because this is what we are meant to do right here, right now. And you're listening to this right now because there's something somewhere on your heart saying this could be something that is right for me in this season of my life. So thanks, Brittany, for sharing that. I love it so much. Just kind of thinking next steps. First off, reach out to the coach, the partner that invited you to learn more about this. If you have further questions, I can 100% guarantee they will answer anything that you have on your mind. But talk to them. Obviously, we all have different boot camps running. So you can, if you're in the boot camp already, you see how the fitness side of things work and understand the business side kind of mirrors that. We, have the accountability. We're holding you accountable. We're setting goals. We're having ways to measure the progress. And we really just want to help you along in your fitness journey, or along in your business journey in the same similar manner of helping you along in your fitness journey as well. Once you get signed up as a Bodi partner on our team, you'll begin the new partner mentor, tongue tied, the new partner mentorship, where we are again going to walk you through all this step by step. You don't need to have all the answers. All you need right now is to say, okay, I hear you. I hear the stories. I see these women. I see a piece of me in each of their stories, and I want to take it to that next step and that next level. And on behalf of all the girls who shared today, I just want to thank you guys for taking the time to listen. We were like, I think we can do this in like 30-40 minutes. It'll be short, sweet, to the point. We'll give these girls all the information they need to know what it's like to build a business on our team. And as you can tell, we are all super passionate about the opportunity, and we might have went a little bit over on our planned time, but no, that's because we had so much we wanted to share with you. And it truly is a gift and a blessing to know these girls, to be able to work with them. And we are looking forward to being able to welcome you and invite you into our team and businesses as well. So thank you for being a part of it. If you're watching the recording, make sure you message your Bodi partner to, through any questions that you have. But we'll be getting started with the new coach mentorship soon. All right. Have a wonderful day, guys.